Today I want to discuss my evolution of consciousness, really. Sorry, did I say consciousness? I meant confidence. Confidence. Oh my days. So, a lot of people always ask me, well, Janad, how are you so confident? How do you believe in yourself like that, Janad? Teach me, I want to know. Like, Janad, how do I deal with my breakup? Simple, just find someone new. No, I'm joking, that's toxic.
Okay.
That's not what I'm talking about today. So today I want to discuss my journey becoming confident and what led me to who I am today. So let's backtrack a bit. I was about 8 years old. I went to an all-girls school. I was ostracized often. I was bullied often.
I mean, she's so weird. She just, came up to me and started talking to me about crack.
She's so pathetic.
And obviously when I was a kid, I didn't really comprehend it to that degree. I'm like, well, why is she picking on me? I'm minding my own business. I'm doing well academically. Everyone likes me. Everyone wants me to play with them at break. Like, I'm great. What's your issue? So what had happened was, turns out that my bully, her dad, and my dad were besties. So we'd always see each other. Eventually she started copying me. If I got a Sony Ericsson Walkman, she got a Sony Ericsson Walkman. If I got a Chris Brown exclusive CD, she got a Chris Brown exclusive CD. And I was beginning to become a trendsetter. I was like, okay, I'm not really feeling myself. I'm literally 11 years old at this point. I literally pushed her over a row of desks last week. Do I have a right to feel flattered by this? I don't know. So, long story short, my life progresses, evolution occurs. I have more friends at school, 15, 16. I'm not looking as raggedy as I did before. I'm losing my baby weight. I'm looking excellent. Modern dancing's paying off. Ballet, all these exercises are paying off. I'm looking like I'm just about to be a ripe fruit. Do you understand? Although not yet, exactly. When I was 15 to 16 years old, I went to a lot of parties that I shouldn't have been at. And a lot of women can say this story, well, you know what, I know what you're talking about, Janad. The truth of the matter is what really drives you when you're that age. So I continued on this spiral towards popularity, towards notoriety, towards wanting to be seen all the time, wanting to be acknowledged.
What's that say? Caitlin Cousin is a
Fat whore.
I wanted to feel like, I was as precious as an uncut diamond on a surface level bed of sand. You understand? That's how I wanted to feel when I was 15.
She's the queen bee, the star. Those other two are just her little workers.
I continued on this journey nevertheless. I became really popular. I became seen. I became noticed. Everyone knew who I was. I hung out with this distinctive group of boys that were really acclaimed. I often wondered, when am I gonna get a boyfriend? All these girls in my school have boyfriends. Where are mine? What is he doing right now? He must be picking blades of grass with a tweezer. I have no idea what this guy is doing. Where is he? Why isn't he coming to save me? Matric dance, ball, prom, whatever you want to call it. Why don't I have that guy with me right now? Fast forward to that year, I was 17. And academics were never really the center of attention, even though I did well. It was more so just my image and how I felt about myself. I would be constantly burdened by, the texture of my hair, my weight, my clothing. Do I have enough? Don't I have enough? Do I feel enough? Am I enough? Am I enough? Periodic phases where I just felt like I wasn't good enough. I'd see all these, girls in my class have boyfriends, and I'm like, am I doomed? What is going on? So, And during this phase of my life, I was very fragile with who I was. My grandmother just passed away from colon cancer. I'm dealing with a lot. I feel like, without her, I have nothing. But she gave me all the necessary tools and information, according to her generation, of course, that will allow me to succeed in this lifetime. Her mere existence gave me sufficient spiritual knowledge to pursue this, journey without her. Fast forward, I had very trivial relationships. Granted, I would always receive attention and male validation, whatever you have it. But those things don't really fill your cup. Those things really just fill your void. And as I grew older, 19, I was in a relationship. I had a part-time job when I was 19. 20 years old, I'm still studying, I'm still searching for male validation. I'm still searching for something outside of me. I'm still going to every party, I'm still drinking, I'm, still trying all these things that everyone my age is trying so that I could feel whole. So that I could feel like, I'm worthy, I'm good enough. But we're back to where we were again. Dating, finding a new man, finding a new form of validation, just looking everywhere, left, right, and center, posting on my stories, posting, pictures, posting all these things, looking for likes, looking for retweets, looking for all these things that just keep making you feel empty. All these dopamine hits just kept
hitting me and hitting me and hitting me.
And I'm like, well, this isn't making me feel confident. This is making me feel empty. This is a false sense of confidence. This isn't really who I am. I still thought those thoughts and continued going clubbing. I still thought those thoughts. I still continued, gratifying myself in ways that wouldn't necessarily put me in a position of power for myself. And when I say power, I don't mean totalitarian Marxism, Stalinism, nothing like that. Not that sort of power. The power I'm talking about is the power that you feel when you are totally and unapologetically yourself. When you know that what you are doing, who you're with, won't necessarily change who you are. When you know that you're not impressionable, when you know what you want, when you know where you're going. When you know where you're going, everything just opens up for you. The path just lightens itself up for you. You know exactly where to go. No, those friends don't suit me because, I hold myself in a higher regard than that. No, I can't go there. I hold myself in a higher regard. Or I understand that, I might be looking for distractions. I might be looking for escapes for who I am. I might be looking for validation, social validation, and as much as I attained that during my lifetime, it still makes you feel empty. It still makes you feel like you're pursuing a void. It still makes you feel like this is not enough. I need a purpose. I need to know where I'm going. And it doesn't mean career-wise. It just means your perception of yourself. Now let's get into that. Your self-concept. What is that? How you perceive yourself, how you're perceived by the world. Now let me repeat that for you. How you perceive yourself is how you're perceived by the world. This has happened to me when I turned about 21, 22. When I gained more popularity, notoriety within my social circles, I'd often wonder why are these people treating me this way? And then I remembered, well, this is the outside reflection of what I'm portraying. Why would I not expect that from other people? It became great. It became marvelous. People perceived me the way I wanted to be perceived. Great. Let's throw a party. Let's have a great time because I finally feel validated. Nope, even then, I'm empty again. Back to where I started. From the ground up. And how did that make me feel? Spaceless. Made me feel aimless. Made me feel like, I'm still looking for someone to complete me. I'm still looking for someone to be by my side and be like, well, Janad, you're perfect as you are. You don't need to do this, Janad. You're just great. You're just great. Just stay over there. You're great. And those sort of things don't come from male validation either. It doesn't come from the support of men. It doesn't come from the support of women. It comes from the support of yourself. It comes from the support of who you are. And I've been through the mill with this self-confidence journey. My confidence was illusionary at some point until I kept feeding myself more delusions. And I was like, well, you're capable of this. This is who you are. Carry yourself like this is who you are. Carry yourself like this is who you want to be. You want to be the corporate mogul, carry yourself like that. You want to be the Vogue model, carry yourself like that. You want to be the influencer, carry yourself like that. You want to be the person that doesn't necessarily condemn other people, that doesn't necessarily think that you're better, but you just know that the standard that you are maintaining and the standard that you're at is nothing in comparison to what's in your present reality. So when you keep declining those experiences, those offers, you know that this is who I am. I'm grateful for who I am. I told myself that, I'm beautiful. I told myself that I'm whole, I'm complete. I am in need of guidance from whichever source of spiritual well-being you find that. I am perfect just as I am. The universe is on my side. Everything always works out for me. I'm lucky. Good things always happen to me. I wake up and miracles happen for me. I don't need to try hard because everything works out for me. I don't need to try hard. I don't need to try hard to get his attention. I don't need to try hard to be a friend. I am who I am. And the right people will flow into my reality and flow into my existence. And that's exactly what happened for me. I didn't need a large social media following. I didn't need to go viral on the internet. I didn't need any of these external factors to make me who I perceive myself to be. And when you perceive yourself a certain way, you know that anything else, surrounding you is a lie. It's not true. What my mom thinks of me, not true. What my dad thinks of me, not true. What, my friends think of me is not true. Because I know who I am. And even if they might have a slither of who I am down to the T, they still don't really know who I am. Because that journey is for me to cultivate. That's for me to confirm. That's for me to validate. That's for me to be like, well, I've been through the mill with who I am. I'm tired of looking outside of myself. I'm tired of, I'm tired of putting on this mask. I'm tired of pretending to be someone that I'm not. Because that's the person that you're needing to love, needing to support. And it's a hard reality to face, especially after a long day of wearing a costume, especially after a long day of customizing your skin to, fit or to appropriate or just to blend in like a chameleon. And I oftentimes say that I am a chameleon because I am who I am no matter where I am in the world. No matter where I am, I will still be who I am. And that may sound ambiguous to some, but it's more so just a thing of understanding this is me outside my reality. It's not necessarily a reflection of me, but if I can transcend that, if I can break through that and not listen to the meaningless chitter chatter, I am happy with who I am. I'm happy that I have this hair. I'm happy that I have these clothes. I'm happy that I have these hands or these nails, or I'm happy that my body looks like this. I'm happy that I get to eat Ben and Jerry's on a Saturday evening, or I'm happy that I get to see my boyfriend. And even though my boyfriend is there and we're a form of like mutual comfort for each other, he doesn't complete me and he doesn't make me who I am, or even my girlfriend, vice versa. Those things don't make me who I am. I'm happy that they are in my environment, and I'm happy that they can support who I choose to be, my self-concept, or who I want myself to be. I'm glad that they're around to support me, but they don't determine where I am to go. They don't determine me loving who I am without the masks, without the costumes, without the pretense, without appealing, without appeasing, without, being meek. Right? Without any of those things. And I know that I'm going in circles about this because I know what it's like to feel that way. I know what it's like to keep, looking. Okay, I'm popular here now. Hey, I've made it in life. No, that's really not it. Popularity, notoriety, fame, attention. No, that's not the achievables to make you complete. And yet I only experienced a fraction, a slither of that. I can't imagine it extensively. But I made this video, and I want this video to reach as many women as possible who often struggle with, just being assertive, with saying no, with just being. And when I say being, you can just be. It's safe to be. It's safe. It's safe to be who you are. You don't need to keep your guard up. You don't need to worry about, anyone or anything permeating this wall that you've put up. It's safe. It's always safe. And even when you think that it's not safe and someone has breached your wall, your firewall, it's still safe, because that teaches you that This was the strongest thing I've done. The strongest thing I've done in my life thus far was let someone see me without these cloaks, without these ancillary decorations, without the likes, without the following, without all these things. I let this person see me. And oh, how beautiful it is to be seen. It's so beautiful just to be seen for who you are. It's not beautiful to be seen on Instagram, but it's beautiful to be seen for who you are. And that is the point of this video. Not to look for things to make you who you are. You can just be. You can listen to Blink 182 and you can still be who you are. You don't need to share similarities with people to be who you are. You don't need to resonate to be who you are. You don't need to be in the same environment with people who might be completely different to you or even the same to be who you are. And it sounds ambiguous and it sounds redundant, but you can just be. You can just be. There are people you haven't met yet that are going to love you, that are going to love you. They are going to love you for who you are. You are so unique. You are so loved, adored, treasured. You are so you. You are just you. You don't need validation. You don't need to look it up on the internet. You don't need to look it up on TikTok. You don't need to look it up anywhere. Anywhere else that's not where you are. Anything else that's not within. And it's not something easy. You don't just wake up and you're like, actually, I'm confident. I believe in myself. I have strong convictions, and I'm able to understand, and I'm open to understanding other people. But regardless, this is who I am, and I don't really want to compromise who I am for the sake of this temporary, fleeting feeling. I'm not going to compromise who I am for the void. The void is not who I am. The void is this emptiness that I opened up myself to, and I kept stuffing things into it. Food, addictions, social media. I stuffed all these things into my void. And I thought, this, if I just close it up, if I just close it and hold it tightly to me, it will keep me safe. But underneath all those things, you forgot the most important part. It's the inner you. The inner you is always telling you where to go. You don't need to be confrontational. You don't need to be strong. You don't need to be extremely extroverted. You don't need to be, charismatic to just love who you are now. You don't need to go to any of those places or anywhere to confirm or validate that for you. You don't need to look through a man's following. You don't need to look at the photos that he likes. You don't need to do any of those things to confirm or validate your worth and significance. You always need to be worthy and significant to yourself. Always, always. So when people ask me, well, Janad, why are you so confident? Or how are you so confident? I'm confident because I stopped filling the void. I stopped filling the void. I opened up. I took everything out. I unpacked. Why do you do this? Well, this was, no, it's not going to work out. Career, money, fame, attention, physical appearance, hair, makeup. Take it all out. It's not me. It's a fragment on the surface. It's not me though. Just be in harmony with yourself. Be in sync with who you are. It's the hardest journey to master. It's the hardest lesson to master, because there's so many things saying, well, you're not good enough. What are you doing? Scrolling, well, this person's in Dubai, this person's in Lamborghinis. Like, why isn't this me? No, I want this to be me. You need to understand that if that can happen for someone else, it can happen for you. If someone else can be confident, worthy, beautiful, if someone can have money, success, fame, if those are things you desire, it can happen for you too. There's no mutually exclusive rule that says, well, you are not deserving because this person has it. You are not deserving because that person has it. No. It means that you can get it even more. If it's confronted in your physical reality It's around the corner from you. But the only thing is, it requires the action to be like, well, this is what's holding me back. This is what's holding me back. My family ideals, what will they think? Oh my word. I care so much about what all these people think about me. What on earth will I do? I can't. I have to keep pretending. I have to keep wearing the mask. I have to be like, well, no. I have to keep wearing the mask. What are you talking about, Janad? No, you absolutely do not. You just need one person, max 2 people in your life who know what it's like to see you without a filled void. The void is something that's not really real. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. You just need to ground yourself in the present moment. It doesn't exist. Wanting to post on the internet to gain male validation doesn't exist. You just taught yourself that it does, so that you can fill and feel something. You know, you want to feel something. You just feel so flat. I want to feel something. I want to vape. I want to feel something. Okay, he can be my boyfriend. I want to feel something. And then you're always back to where you started. Because your self-concept is so malleable. It's something that can just be disregarded. You need to think better of yourself. You need to think highly of yourself. You need to think about where you're going. Think about the unconditional love the Creator has for you. Think about if you had that unconditional love for yourself. If you didn't judge yourself, if I accepted it, well, okay, yes, I'm filling the void right now. What about it? Oh, no, this is how it makes me feel. Okay, can I get this feeling from doing something that's more supportive of who I'm trying to become? Yes. And even if I want to do this to fill the void, is this what I want right now? Yes. Yes. Self-awareness. Self-awareness is key. You won't perfect it overnight. You won't be like, well, no, yes, no, I know exactly what it is. No. It takes time. It takes experiences. It takes years and years of cultivating. It takes years of seeing, another pretty woman. Well, wow, she's so beautiful. I don't hold any grudges against her. I'm not jealous of her whatsoever. Oh, wow, she's talking to the guy that I like. Am I threatened? No. Why? Because there's nothing outside of me that can confirm how I feel about myself. Oh wow, my boyfriend's talking to other women. Oh wow, he followed a new girl on Instagram. Is that in direct correlation and relation to who you are and what you are building for you and how you feel? No. There's your answer. Always think about you. This is your journey. Everyone else is just merely support cast members, actors. They're just a part of your play. This is always your play. So as the creator of this play, how would you want everything to play out? Would you want to feel threatened by that? Would you want to be jealous of that? Would you want to feel empty on weekends and then full when you finally get into a relationship? Would you want to feel those things? And if you can answer that truthfully for yourself, you know exactly what this is about. So just listen to your heart. Just sit with yourself. Sometimes I ask myself, I'm like, well, Janad, is it how you feel or how it makes you feel? Those two things can open such a clear pathway for you. Because if it's how I feel, then I know what my motivations are. If it's how it makes me feel, I know exactly why I'm pursuing this experience in this current point in time. Just need to just relax. Listen to your heart. Feel the electromagnetic frequency of the feelings and emotions you are emitting. Always think about you. Always think about you. This is your journey. This is where you're going. It's not about anyone else. It's not about your family. It's not about your friends. It's not about people on social media. It's not about your boyfriend, your husband, your significant other, your spouse, your girlfriend. It's not. It's always only ever gonna be you. So, thank you for joining me for this very vulnerable session. I hope you can figure this out for yourself. If you need more of my advice, I'm more than happy to assist. If you need a reading, my email will be down below. I will try my hardest to do a follow-up check-in of this. Just a good exercise just to understand how it makes me feel. How do I feel? These are all important questions we need to answer, because the only journey is with ourselves. So like and subscribe if you enjoy this journey with me. Let's keep wondering and exploring things together. Bye.